It don't matter where we go.
It's here. When I saw this new launch from Danessa Myricks, I was so excited because I am really still enjoying, and it's been well loved, my Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. You can see it's been used a lot. Each individual shade, whether we talk about pomades or the powders, I do have in-depth video with the OS for this palette if you want to see that. Also, if you are buying anything from Danessa Myricks website, you can use code IvanaBeauty. That will give you 10% off. But unfortunately, I think that code will be valid from 1st of April. If it's not active right now, it will be definitely active then. Anyways, let's talk about the sister palette of the Groundwork Defining Neutrals. This is Bloomin Romance palette. Also has 12-month shelf life. This is palette for eyes, brows, face, and lips. We do have two different formulas, and that is velvet pomade and shape and fix powder. Let me tell you, now when I was working my first impressions with this palette, I felt like this is not the first impressions. I felt like I really know by now. I really do know this palette, and that is primarily because it is the same palette as this one, just different tones. And I am really enjoying this one, and I think I can potentially divide these palettes for different needs for the face. Like, you can obviously use them all over your face, but depending on your complexion, it's going to vary where you can use and get use out of this palette. Some of you even maybe would primarily choose this one, for example, for the eyebrows or for the contour. For the eyebrows, this one may look a little bit kind of weird, but there is definitely people who can use this one, these undertones for the eyebrows 100%. My favorite shades for today were shades Smitten and Allure, and I'm wearing them all over my face and lips, and also this feels really comfortable on the lips. This one, however, was a little bit kind of off for me when it comes to lips. I knew I'm gonna enjoy this one. And for the cheeks, it is, oh my god, it is so good. I'm loving at least these shades that I've tried today. Anyways, today I created this kind of I know this is not your everyday makeup look, but I wanted to see how pomades work on top of the powders. Can you apply them? You definitely can. And you know what I felt? I felt like the opacity of these eyeshadows this time, for whatever reason, I felt like they grab better and the opacity is stronger than it was in this one. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my impression for now. Because these powders are so soft, which means that for you that are not necessarily loving like that punch of a color, and you also would love to have a product that it's kind of easy to erase if you do a mistake, then this will be great everyday palette for you as well. Anyways, before I move on to this tutorial, I just want to show you swatches, and also I will be back with my final thoughts. Let's go. Here it is, you guys. Here's the palette, and here are the swatches. Let me just get into the frame. Yeah, so as you can see, first row is pomade and powder, and then the second one as well, as they are in the pan. What do we think? I don't think we're having like too much of a similarity, even though it may look like, but the undertones are they are different. That is for sure. I'll just have to do tomorrow. I'll have to do comparison because these last two shades are kind of reminding me from the Groundwork, so I want to see the comparison and the difference between them. But overall, here it is. So excited to start this video. First, I want to mention that for my eyebrows, they are already done, and I used my Groundwork palette, which is Defining Neutrals. I would always forget to say that. I would say I use Groundwork palette, but now I have to distinguish between these two. And of course, as always, I used Tourmaline and Sculpted shade mist. That is my go-to when it comes to the eyebrows for me. Also what you can do, and I will do that in the next video, you can also use some of the shades right here for your eyebrows as well, which I think it's going to be great, especially if you are having red undertone. I think this palette might be really great for you, but next time we'll talk more about that. Right now, I am having my Pillows base in shade Rumor 02, and I will start with the mattes. I will combine today pomades and mattes, and I'm actually today recreating one of my creative and really, for me, personal interesting looks that I've created when I was reviewing Hindash Monochromance palette. But the good thing is here, I can use pomades in the same palette, where in that video I had to use Duraline. If I want longevity, I would have to use Duraline here as well, just because these are not long wear and waterproof. Anyways, let's start. First I'm gonna go in with the Smidden shade, which I'm gonna use powders for now. Keep in mind, these are not like your regular eyeshadows. These are really, I'm sorry I'm out of the focus. I don't know why all the time. Yeah, so with a middle-sized blending brush in my crease. And when I tap the product, you can see like how pigmented actually it is. Look at this. But don't be deceived. You'll see what happens once we blend this. It's going to diffuse. The more we blend it, it kind of goes really soft and diffused. So I'm following my crease, and right here I am going out towards my eyebrow. And the thing here is that I applied my base, blended right up until right here to my skin. You don't want to leave anything left out of your base. You want everything to be covered when it comes to primer. Going in once again with the product, and I'm gonna take bigger blending brush for the edges. Also going in once again with my product, same shade, same brushes, small circular motions. But now when I look straight, it's pretty low. So what I want to do is to go once again, cover it even higher. The reason for this is because a lot's gonna happen later, and I still do want my color to peek through. Once I'm done with this, I want to go in with the powder Crush, which is the lightest in this palette. This is light rosy shade, goes underneath my eyebrow, and now with a clean brush blend that into the edges, going in with a Smidden powder once again. I feel like with this type of the products, I really do need to go back and forth like a couple of times to reach what I want. Now with a smaller blending brush, I'm going in with, I think this is going to be my favorite shade, you guys, for now, at least for now what I'm trying. Allure, gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Smaller blending brush, take the excess off, and I'm going to cover the outer portion of my eye following whatever I do have when it comes to the direction of the eyeshadows. For now, I'm not going in. I want to leave open this area right here, but I'm going to apply right here, and this time I didn't take the excess out. I'm going fully in with the powder, and you can see how it is not like that pigmented. Like today we're gonna first do just a powder base to see how they work, and they work really nice. And for the most part of you guys, I know some of you are not looking for like super punch when it comes to opacity, and it's easier especially on a daily basis to work with this type of a product. So a lot of you will honestly will enjoy this, because even if you make a mistake, it's kind of easier to blend that away with this type of a product, with this formulation. But I'm definitely loving this combo. And one last time, I wanna repeat that. And now I can even, if I need to, lift a little bit dark, like deeper shade towards my eyebrow. This is how these three shades look together. So when it comes to undertone, I'm gonna tell you, and that's one thing that already, first thing that I saw is that Smidden and Allure, they will look super nicely, combined super nicely when it comes to undertones. this is kind of a lighter version of this one, and it goes really gorgeously. And I think for the later, we'll see, we'll go with this one. I'm not sure, we'll see. Now let's go to a little bit challenging part. I am going to start with the pomade Bliss with the really small, you can take any smaller pointy liner brush, and I will start by outlining, and I will slowly start by outlining this line right here. I think it's a little bit too high. Sorry if I'm out of focus or anything, it's really hard to do this while I am on the camera. I want to go back with the Allure powder because right here I need to bring it a little bit higher. And also what I'm doing with the same Bliss shade, I will bring another line right here, pulling this line back like so. Yeah, we are going to make everything lighter as well. I am going in with the Allure pomade right here, just because I want to diffuse this edge a little bit so that it goes into my powders, kind of invisible right here. And now I wanna darken up this area right here. For that, I'm gonna use Evermore pomade with the same brush, starting right here on the edge and bringing that color up. Wait, I need a little bit more. Just wanted to show you my hand when how it looks like when I'm swatching and everything, because this is my first time testing this. So yeah, it looks kind of funny. And also when you take pomade, make sure just to go back with to take any excessive product off, because see what happens when you take the pomade, it's kind of chunky. You want to take that out. You don't want to go with that on directly on your skin. It's going to be easier. I love this. I didn't think about when I'm going to recreate that look that I don't have opposite colors in this palette, like to combine to get the look that I wanted, but then this is actually working really nice. So with the pomade Evermore, I've done just kind of a basic liner, and I tried to follow this right here that I already have as much as I could. I will buff this a little bit even more right here. But for now, let's just switch to, actually I want to take Crush with a bigger flat brush, powder, and apply that in my inner corner and just set everything that has not been set. It is not too rosy. It's actually working really nice. Also with the same shade, I want to take kind of a flat brush to be able to reach this area right here, and I want to cover this as well. Also with the Evermore pomade, I just want to apply that one in my inner corner a little bit. Now for my lower lash line with the Smidden, and of course I do have my base underneath with the Smidden powder. I'm gonna use powders for now, and this one is going to be like really kind of a easy step. So with a bullet brush, it's a perfect precision for me for this area right here, and then Allure powder as well on the other portion like so. I'm also going to apply Crush right here. I will apply some mascara and lashes. And I don't know, we'll see if I want to apply something additional like a rhinestones or something. Probably not. And I will be right back. Okay guys, now it is time to use this palette for the face. Yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting and much more suitable when it comes to skin. Obviously, when it comes to contour, I would love to use Groundwork, but as today we are having first impressions with this palette, this is what I'm going to use. But I will definitely do full face with both of these palettes, so stay tuned for that. I did apply Louis Vuitton foundation. This one is in shade 15NW, and I set my face with the Sigma translucent powder. This is actually a soft focus setting powder in Vanilla Bean, and also what I applied was of course my corrector La Mascara in shade Emerge. Use some concealer, which is Natasha Denona. This is really dark in shade 6N, but I did lighten up that one with my Dear Backstage foundation 0W. Let me see with what can I actually use for my contour. So when it comes to shade, that will be I believe these last two shades for the contour. Also what I wanted to mention, if you are deeper complexion, shades Dreamy, Desire and Adorn you can actually use as your corrector when we talk about the pomades. For me, these are too dark, but if you are darker, try that, and hopefully one of these will match your needs, and I think that will be great. Now when it comes to contour, this is going to be too dark for me, I think. Evermore and XO. Evermore, XO. Actually, this will be too dark for me, so I'm thinking, yeah, definitely I cannot use XO. I can use Evermore, maybe. Anything else, yeah, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna go in with my Sigma 4D HD Kabuki brush with the pomade Evermore. Hopefully it's not going to be too scary. And definitely just work the product, warm it up, work the product around on your arm before you apply it. Yeah, this is definitely, it's leaning more towards the blush, you know. Yeah, definitely not suitable for the contour, but when we talk about the blush, that this would be great. This is the shade that I'm tempted to use. It is Pomade Allure. This shade is so gorgeous, so I will just go with this shade on this side. I think this shade on a deeper complexion would look amazing as a blush. It's gorgeous. Yeah, this one is amazing if you're a lighter complexion. This is kind of a color that brings your skin like looking waked up. It's gorgeous. I really do love it. Let me just buff this a little bit. So this is one side, the other side, but I wanna apply the same shade Allure pomade right here. So gorgeous. And I think tomorrow I'll try Smidden pomade as well. But when you mix Evermore right here with the Allure shade right here, it looks pretty nice. Both of these pomades, they work really nicely together. And now a little bit challenging, but I wanna use Allure powder as my blush. I don't know about the longevity. I will have to do like full in-depth another tutorial, but with the wear test. Yeah, from what I can see right now, when it comes to eyeshadows, they are looking pretty good. The eyeshadow has been here for hours. I didn't even realize for the microphone it was far away from me. Okay, definitely can stand on its own, but yeah, I would definitely need something from the defining neutrals to set to finish like the complete look. Like these two, they complement each other definitely, and I cannot wait to try them both. Let's switch to the lips, which this one is much more exciting. This one I didn't like for the lips. But this one, I think it's going to be great. Once again, I'm going in with the shade Allure. I'll say that these definitely don't have longevity when it comes to pomades, so it's not going to last, I think it's not going to last that long on the lips, but it feels really comfortable. To line up around my lips, I did use Evermore pomade right here, but for my center, I'm thinking to go with a little bit of Smidden pomade because that one is lighter. Let me just see if it's going to be too pink. So let me go once again with the Allure pomade. I will finish off my face with the powders and I will be right back. And you guys, here is the final look. I will not be able to do full wear test today, but I will do it next time. I am really loving this palette. I see this as something that complements the previous one really well, and I was honestly so excited when I saw this launch coming up because look at my arm again. Because yeah, as you can tell by the pomade and everything, I really did enjoy, and I'm still enjoying this palette right here, and you can definitely do great stuff with it. And you know what I just realized, like you can basically, if you want, you can put all of your favorite pomades and powders in just one palette. If you're not using all 20 of them, you can definitely do that. So that's great because these are all magnetic and they fit perfectly into either of these palettes. Thank you guys so much for watching. As you can see by today's video, I really did enjoy our pomade and powder. Really do love that. And this is, in my opinion, amazing, not only as an eyeshadow, but also primarily for your lips and the cheeks, where I do prefer defining neutrals for my eyebrows, as I already mentioned countless times, and also to contour my face. Before you leave, make sure to watch this video where I talk in depth about the Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette if you haven't had a chance to see that video already. And I will see you really soon in my next one. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today, you guys. Thank you. Bye.